And we're live. It's Nick and Sam and Sam Pretty. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Good stuff. Sam Pretty was in first. Is that your full review there, Sam Pretty? Uh, anything else up with you? I mean, you're saying you're not available preparing immediately after this, but
Yeah, not really, not much to say. Just dropped in to say hi.
yeah,
Nothing other than that.
yeah, always good to see you. Yeah, anything else to report?
No, nothing much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you mentioning about the level one certificates. I
Yes.
wish I could help you, but again, don't really have the time.
No, no. Well, and nobody's screaming for them. It's just kind of on my list of like that would be a good thing to do. And sounds like Thomas is quite busy as well. So I think, and he's going to be away next week. But I think we might leave it and be pushed rather than no, and be pulled rather than pushed or something. Anyway, no, that's cool. Yeah. Nick, how are things with you?
Things are going well. We're pushing ahead with Osram.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go to production at the end of last sprint, but then the client decided to send our way a whole bunch of new requirements that were absolutely essential for phase 0.
All right.
So we're trying to address everything in the current sprint. And if we stay on schedule, then by sometime early next week, I think we might be going to production. But frankly, I'm not very optimistic that this is going to happen. But we'll see how it goes. We have a client meeting scheduled for Sunday night, and we'll talk to them about that and see where we stand.
Yeah. Oh, well, great to see you in the Scrum, and thanks so much for giving us a little report there on what's going on in Ostra. I mean, I follow, from a distance. It's really exciting that you've got, you're so engaged with the client and you're having regular meeting with the client, and of course, having a client with who changes their mind and so on this can be frustrating, but it's great to see. It's great to see that. You've got, and I get the sense, and correct me if I'm wrong, both you and Craig and others are deriving a lot of value from the project.
Value, oh yeah, definitely. And the situation with the client, I think that's just part of the package.
Yes, I think absolutely. Yes, to be relished. Yes, I mean, I think one of the things with some of the other projects that we've had that have been somewhat active, like my own autograders or things now like some of the Arrows ones, is I think when you've got a client that's engaged, somehow it drives things along in a very interesting direction. And I think the same is true with local support. That's going really well at the moment, and a lot of people I think getting a lot of value from that. I'd love to see active clients in more other projects. We've got a kind of a slew of people of non-profits who've been in contact with me. I don't know if you've seen. I've been posting this. We've got this.
Yeah.
And I think the trick now is we want to work out a good way of connecting interested developers with those clients. Anyhow, yeah. Anything else to report? Anything particularly blocking you at the moment on a technical side?
No, nothing as such. We have a few technical tasks left before production. We need to actually set up the production server, and the client has some proprietary data that they want to keep out of the public.
Sure.
Not just data. In fact, they have some kind of templates that they want to use to generate some of their reviews. So we are going to be setting up a private GitHub repo for our production branch. So there's
actually some views that they don't want to be on a public repo.
Yeah, we're still trying to clarify the details, but that's what it sounds like. Yeah. So yeah, there is just some technical kind of administrative stuff, so to speak, to handle, and it's blocking us a little bit. But there is lots of coding to be done that doesn't depend on those things.
Yeah, interesting. Yes, and so I mean, I guess you've already mentioned plans. You're going to be client meeting on Sunday. Any other upcoming pairing sessions planned or other important dates?
Well, we hold our nightly scrum. That's going to be in about 4 hours from now. Yeah, about 4.5 hours from now. Other than that, I'm not sure how much more coding I'm going to be able to do today. So yeah, I can't promise that I'll be pairing anytime soon.
Sure. No worries. Okay, well let's do me. Yeah, so I coordinated with Thomas this morning to send out an email to the Agile Ventures folks talking about how we've got these new opportunities and trying to, I think in the back of my mind it feels like arranging a sort of, what's the word, networking event, an online networking event for the developers and the non-profits who want stuff built for them is kind of going to be the key thing for Agile Ventures going forward. We still have this issue with the Hangouts, which is a bit of a pain. We're kind of managing it. Looks like Yarrow and Tom's actually going to meet in Tenerife next week, which is good. Maybe we can get. I think Yarrow might be able to help us fix that. I've got a local support. I've got my team meeting with makers. I've got the local support retrospective coming up. Big week next week as we potentially take local support from Rails 3 to Rails 4. All those things going on. So we've got the weekly meeting next Wednesday, and I'm hoping to present kind of an overview of the local support project at that meeting. If people are interested, I don't know. Would you be interested at a future, not next week, but maybe some weeks in the future, Nick? Would you be interested in presenting an overview on the Ostra project, or?
Yeah, I think that would be great. That would be a very good idea.
Yes, I mentioned the Ostra project to a lot of people, and a lot of people, I think are impressed. Maybe actually you already have in the Ostra project. I guess, of course, you see, when I'm talking to people about the local support, I often show them the Harrow Community Network. I guess there's for Ostra, is there anything kind of to show? Obviously, there's it's not going to be a live site that people can access, but is there some way? I mean, that's presumably, is there? I wonder if there's some part of the. I kind of was busy throwing in things here, to have some sort of images associated with it. Mm-hmm. Do you think we might be in a position where some parts of the admin interface we might be able to get some screenshots of that or something?
Screenshots, yeah, sure, no problem. The application, of course, since it's basically a data management system, it's protected by passwords, so it's impossible to share a link.
Not expected, and in fact, I think that's not any problem from our side. It's more just to kind of give people sort of a more concrete idea of what sort of interface has been designed, and sort of to give people more of a sense of what it is. I don't know. I'm a big fan of showing images of things. But well, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, you let me know at some point when would be a good week for you, and I'd love to, because I think you guys have been doing very agile stuff, and I'd love to get everybody hearing more about your perspective looking back on things.
Sure. I would love to wait until we actually push the application to production.
Yes.
Like I said, it depends on how the next few days and maybe the next week goes, but yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds fine. I mean, I think and I think it's going to be a few. There's a few kind of things in my mind that I'm stacking up for what should be going into the Agile Ventures weekly meeting. But yeah, you just let me know when you're ready, and I'll make sure that you get a slot to present to everyone. Excellent. And then for me, things blocking me. Google APIs, and plans. Yes, I look forward to retrospective, and then taking the weekend away from the computer. But that sounds like our Scrum. Thanks, guys. Unless there's any other business, I will see you next week.
All right.
Good stuff. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.
All right. Bye.